Our series on military martial arts hand-to-hand combat as put out by the United States Army. So this is stuff that the military thinks you need to know. And one of the things they want to tell you is you need to do warm-ups. The warm-up should last from 7 to 10 minutes and it should include stretching, running in place, and jogging around, and some calisthenics. Grass drills and guerrilla exercises are a good approach for warm-ups for combative training. You always to condition the body through all ranges of motion and accustom the soldiers to contact with the ground and to promote aggressiveness. Stretching prepares the ligaments and the tendons and the muscles for a workout, and it decreases the chances of injuries. Now here's from the military field manual. Here are some of the stretches that the Army recommended you do. They start off by laying on the ground, and you're going to do a back stretch where you're going to lay on the ground. You're going to extend the arms by the sides, the palms down. You're going to raise legs over your head. Keep your knees locked straight, your feet together, and you can hold this for 20 seconds. Gradually return, holding this for 20 seconds, the back stretch. Hold it for 20 seconds, then return and redo it 2 or 3 times. Now once again, I want to emphasize this is the military combat hand-to-hand training manual, folks. This is stuff, it really works. This is not something that might work. This is stuff the military recommends to teach all the soldiers so they do not get injured when they're out in the field. It's that good, it's that important. So you need to practice all this. You need to know everything in here. I know everything in here and a lot more, and you should too. Body-assisted leg spreads. Position the body on the ground with the body facing extended and spread the legs as far as possible, the feet inside the ankles. Interlock the hands with the body and alternate pulling one forward, causing the body to bend forward until a stretch is felt. Hold for 20 seconds. Then alternate and have the other man pull you down and hold you for 20 seconds. So they don't want to just depend on you. Oh, I'm just going to stretch. Oh, this hurts. Let's get a buddy out there, and he can stretch you down until he knows that we're feeling a good resistance. And this gives you a lot deeper and more fuller stretch. Going to hold it down there, and they want to hold that position for 20 seconds. You hold that for 20 seconds, then they're going to alternate and have the other guy pull down. So they're doing that 3 times. So that takes about 1 minute. The buddy-assisted leg spread. The buddy-assisted hamstring stretch. Now this is an action slow. You're going to get behind the buddy with the right leg extended in front, and you're going to have the guy touch the inside of your thigh. So what you're going to do, the buddy is going to push forward and reach your hands down towards until the ankle, until you feel the stretch in your hamstring. Hold this pressure and allows you to continue to stretch, and you're going to do this for 10 to 15 seconds. Alternate legs and do it 2 to 3 times. So you're getting behind the guy. He has his arm bent in, and when your knee has been in there, as you see him sitting on the ground, that makes it so much harder to get all the way down. When your knee is wider, it's a lot easier. But now we're stretching that hamstring by having your knee in, and the buddy is getting behind you and is pressing on the middle of your back, holding it for 10 to 15 seconds, and then alternating legs. The next military stretch is the buddy-assisted groin stretch, or the butterfly stretch. The guy sits on the ground, his buddy gets behind him, puts both hands on top of your knees and presses down. He increases pressure until a stretch is felt and holds it for 20 seconds. And you want to do this 3 times. So here you're stretching your buddy down, and you're pushing down he brings his heels in together, puts his elbows on his own knees, and then you're going to come from behind him and push your elbows down and onto his knees. And hold it until you feel he says, okay, okay, okay. Then hold it for 10 to 15 seconds. Do this 2 to 3 times. Then change partners and do it with your other buddy. The buddy-assisted back stretch. Stand back to back, interlocked arms. Buddy bends forward at the waist and pulls the buddy up on her hips. This allows your partner to arch his back, and he'll tell you when it's an adequate stretch. Hold this position for 20 seconds, then change places. So this is a great exercise. You don't see this done very much anymore in the health clubs or in the martial arts schools, and yet the military teaches it as a great stretch to protect the lives and the safety of the military personnel. So you know it's a good stretch. We used to do it all the time. You should get used to doing it at your school if you're not doing it now. The buddy-assisted back stretch. Hold it up there for 10 to 20 seconds. Do it 3 times and change places. Now we're going to learn some stances. This is the fighter stance. This is a ready stance for an unarmed fight. You may launch an attack. A fighter stance not only places the body in a good position from which he can attack or defend, but influences his mental attitude and aggressiveness. Hold your hands high to protect your face. The fists are clenched but relaxed. The elbows are close to the body and his weight is evenly distributed to create a stable base. He is light on his feet, and his knees are slightly flexed to allow quick movement. Now this gives you a mental state that you are ready to be aggressive. So you want to be poised and ready for action. Next, the soldier must learn to fall onto the ground without getting hurt, especially during training and for combat. If you lose your balance or are thrown during a fight, or if you fall during basic techniques, you need to know how to break these falls to escape injury and to protect and defend yourself. It is important to prevent accidents during falls. It is important to exhale upon the breath. It is important to exhale upon impact with the ground. This helps the body absorb the impact. This means it's a break fall. You have to yell when you hit. You have to yell when you hit the ground so you don't get your air knocked out. You're controlling your diaphragm by yelling when you hit the ground. You're not letting the air get knocked out of your body. Now you're going to do the lying side fall. This teaches the basic movements for executing a real side fall. To be safe, you're going to learn this from the squatting position until the soldiers can fall properly. So here, he is going to get into a squat. He's going to put his leg out and he's going to fall back. Let's read the steps to do. The soldier extends one leg in front of the body. He raises his arm to the same side of his face. Then he rolls to the exposed side, allowing the leg and the side of his body to absorb it. He lowers his arm to stabilize his body. He brings his other hand to protect against future strikes. So step one, you squat. Step two, you lift your right leg up and your right shoulder up. Step three, you slap the ground. You land on the side of your body with your arm slapping the ground. Your left leg lies flat on the ground. Your right leg lies flat on the ground. Your left arm is up to protect your face. Your other knee is up to protect your groin. So this is the 3 steps on how you teach someone to do a side fall. Step 1, you squat. Step 2, right leg up, right elbow up. Step 3, slap the ground, yell, hit the ground. The standing side fall. Only after you have mastered the squatting side fall can you go to the standing side fall. You lower your weight to supporting legs. Extend the other leg across the body. Distribute your weight by exposing your side and ankle to extend the back of the leg muscle. The arm on the ground is used to stabilize. The other hand is used to guard the body. So here, you're standing up. You sort of bend. You're going to bend. You're going to put your right leg out. Your right arm goes up. You're going to fall down onto the side of your body. You're going to have your right leg flat. You're going to slap the ground with your right arm. So you're bending, you're squatting, you're slapping, you're protecting your face. This is the standing side fall. The forward rolling fall. The soldier starts to fall from standing figure. He raises one arm to expose his entire side and places both hands to the ground and bends both knees. He rolls forward across the body, along the arm, and the back up to a good side fall position. He keeps his left leg off the ground and bent slightly. His right knee points upward and bends inward to protect the groin. He keeps his heel and his sole flat on the ground behind the leg. So you're going to put your arm up. You're going to step forward and bend. You're going to put both hands on the ground. You're going to roll all the way over and you're going to slap the ground. So you're going to bend forward. You're going to roll over, slap the ground. My left arm is slapped the ground. My left leg is hit the ground flat. My right knee is up to protect the groin. My hand is up to protect the face. So this is how they practice. This is the rolling forward rolling fall. Bend down, roll, slap. Bend down and roll and slap. Very important fall to use if you want to protect your soldiers. The rear fall, the soldier starts from the standing position, keeps his head forward to reduce the chance of his head hitting the ground. He falls backwards, he lowers center of gravity. He keeps hands cupped from both sides and slaps to absorb the shock and stabilize his body. Keep the chin tucked. The most important thing on this is to keep your chin tucked and to slap the ground. So you're going to step 1, you're going to be standing up. Step 2, you're going to squat down. Step 3, you're going to fall back. You're going to slap the ground and you're going to yell. Step 4, you raise up your hand to protect the face from kicks and you can kick your opponent from this position. So not only are they falling backwards, they're also going to fall and prepare themselves for an attack, because you don't just want to fall back without defending yourself. So they're falling back. Keep your chin tucked. If you hit your head, it's just as bad as hitting your, getting hit in the head with a gun butt. Do not hit your head on the ground. Slap the ground. Your legs go up for momentum and to protect your groin. Then you come down and you're ready to defend yourself. The walk, crawl, run. This can be applied to 2 levels. The first level, the crawl phase, the new techniques are introduced and taught and demonstrated and executed. The walk phase, during this phase, the soldier practices new techniques by the numbers to get more fluid movement, and the run phase, the soldier executes techniques at combat speed. So the walking phase or crawling phase, new techniques are introduced and taught. The walking stage, they're practicing and getting fluid movement. And the third stage, they're doing it at combat speed. The second level, the instructor uses these techniques to develop combat programs. The crawl phase, the instructor introduces the combat to the unit. Here the basic skills are set up. In the walking phase, they have developed sufficient level of skills to begin the walk and shows them throws, combination throws, and strikes and weapons. In the run phase, the soldiers do it at full sparring with actual weapons and with the sensor removed. So you're going to do it several different ways. Now they're talking about the different people and stuff and the equipment they're going to use. They have a pad, they have foam, they have knee pads, they have kicking pads, they have elbow pads. So you want to make sure you have training pad. Close combat, throws and takedowns. Alright, the hip throw. The opponent throws a right punch and you're going to do a hip throw. You're going to rotate and go 360 degrees around. So let's learn the hip throw. He's going to throw a right punch at me. I'm going to block it with a solar plexus strike, or a palm heel into his solar plexus. I'm going to twist my body across in front of his, reach around and under his hip. You're going to reach around and under his hip, continue the motion, and throw him to the ground. You're going to put him up on your hip, throw him to the ground. Then you're going to continue to hold the ground, hold his arm up in the air, which takes away all of his possibility of defending himself, and stomp him. Here he's stomping him right in the middle of his face, which tends to pretty well disable him and get him out of the combat. You can stomp him in the heart, you can stomp him in the ribs, but stomping him right here in the face with a military boot pretty well is going to end that fight. And they're going back and telling you that the stomp is stop. After executing the throw, after executing the hip throw, then now has the option of stomping him in the face, the neck, or the ribs. So after you've done that throw, if you're in the military and doing this to protect your life, you don't want to get on the ground and wrestle with him if you don't have to. So you hold his arm up in the air and you stomp his face, his ribs, his throat, his heart. The over-the-shoulder throw. This is a lot harder fall to take, so you better have learned these falls that we just talked about. An over-the-shoulder throw, he's going to punch, you're going to block him, block his attacking arm, and you're going to strike, and you're going to smash him in the solar plexus again. We always, in my jiu-jitsu style, we always smash him right in the throat with our second strike. So they're smashing him in the solar plexus or smash him right in the throat. Then you're going to pivot on your foot and step in, and you're going to wrap your arm underneath his shoulder, holding back and grabbing his uniform or his head or the collar of his bike. Then you're going to drop your hips, step forward, and you're going to throw him all the way over the top of your shoulder. And folks, this is a devastatingly high fall. If you're 6 feet tall and you're throwing someone over the top of your body, you're throwing him from 6 feet in the air over the top of your shoulder by his shoulder, and you're going to smash him on the ground. That generally, 99 times out of 100, that throwing someone all the way over your shoulder and smashing him to the ground is going to finish him off. The throw from a rear choke. So someone is attacking you from behind and they're trying to choke you. Now I've done this before in a fight, and I've done this in the dojo a lot. Someone's got you and trying to do a military choke from behind. You're going to reach up and you're going to punch him in the head to try and loosen his grip. First of all, you're going to tighten your neck. You're going to reach up and you're going to punch him in the head. You've tightened your neck. You got yourself defended here. You drop your hips, reach up and punch him in the head and grab a hold of his shoulder. Grab a hold of his gi. Grab a hold of his shirt so you have a good, strong holding position here. You punch him back in the head, you grab a hold of him, you drop your hips. Now you thrust your hips forward and you'll literally throw him all the way over your head. So if he's doing the standing military choke, you've got to get your hips down below him. If he leans you back and your hips are above his, he's going to choke you out. So I've got to pull down to relieve the pressure. I've got to reach up and grab the top of his collar. and I've got to throw my hips into him and throw him over the top of my body, smashing him to the ground where I want to hold him, and I want to finish him with smashes to the throat, to the groin, to the face. I don't want him getting up and continue to fight. He just tried to kill me. He just tried to strangle me out, so I do not ever want this guy getting up. So after you've thrown him all the way over the top of your body, you're going to smash him right in the throat or the face to finish the fight and to win.